fighter who can fight. As Craig Docherty, the champion, cool, composed and calm as ever, on his way to a vital night.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the ring the champion from Glasgow, Hot Property, Craig Docherty.
Scottish boxing is alive and well. Another cracking atmosphere here in Glasgow, along with the one we had in Edinburgh last week. There's Mum, Sandra. They're very, very close. Craig didn't want her at ringside, so she's back in the crowd because she's too noisy. But I tell you, there's enough noise in here already.
Well, there certainly is. The atmosphere is electric in here. And turn out for Docherty. He looks nice and relaxed, looks focused, but believe me, he's in for a tough night tonight with Malik, Jabir.
Steady, solid progress for Docherty was rewarded in April when his calculated pressure ripped the Commonwealth title off Dean Piffy. And he's carrying the flag for Scotland tonight. Leading the comeback brigade is the tail of the tape. He's a year older. The height and reach advantages to Jabir. But the weight, well, that's interesting. He's coming well inside 9'4", the African. Maybe a blown-up featherweight could have that advantage, Docherty. Both been pros for a few years now. More experience for Docherty, but Jabir there with the knockout percentage. Docherty knows he's got to be very careful for the first 4 or 5 rounds.
Ladies and gentlemen, Tommy Gilmore for Ringside Boxing Promotions, in association with Prince Promotions and Matchroom Sport, proudly present for you our main event, the fight of the night. 12 rounds of boxing for the Commonwealth Super Featherweight Championship. Sponsored here by the Holiday Inn Glasgow City West and the Holiday Inn Glasgow Airport. So sports fans and Sky Sports fans joining us live and exclusive, joining us for the very best ringside seat in the business. All the officials have been appointed by the Commonwealth Council in association with the Scottish Area Council of the British Boxing Board of Control. Here at ringside, supervisor in charge, Mr. Charlie Giles of Birmingham. Our timekeeper at the bell, appointed by the Scottish Area Council, is Mr. Jim Russell. And our referee in charge of the action from Gillingham, Kent, is Mr. Ian John Lewis. They were the officials. Here are the contestants. Firstly, and introducing to you, the challenger. He's fighting out of the red corner, wearing the yellow trunks trim with green and red, weighing in at 9 stone, 2.5 pounds. 11 fight record, 9 wins, 7 inside the scheduled distance, 2 losses. He is the #1 challenger. He is the reigning African featherweight champion. Ladies and gentlemen, from the fighting village of Bukom, Ghana, West Africa, where he is known as the Bukom Snake, Abdul Malik Jabir. And now the champion. He's fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the light blue trunks, trimmed with silver, weighing in at 9 stone, 3 pounds and 12 ounces. He brings an 18 fight record, 16 wins, 7 inside the scheduled distance, 1 loss, 1 draw. He is the reigning and defending Commonwealth Super Featherweight Champion from Glasgow, Hot Property, So let's get the action underway in 12 rounds of boxing for the Commonwealth Super Featherweight Championship.
I am the referee. I spoke to you both in the dressing rooms. Obey my command at all times. You both know the rules. Watch the heads, kick the punches up. When I shout break, you break clean. And remember, defend yourself at all times. Shake hands.
The well-schooled, stand-up, old-fashioned style of Craig Docherty against this unknown quantity. But he will have mental and physical strength from where he comes from. Look how up for it they both are, especially Jabir, who's rushed out into the centre of the ring to take control. First defence of Docherty's 9'4" title. Jabir has sparred with Michael Brodie before Brodie's fights with Juan Cabrera and Injin Chi, and the Manchester featherweight says he is very, very good. And look at that's a cut already by the left eye of Craig Docherty. It's a disastrous start for the champion. Oh, look at the power of this Jabir. Docherty tries to meet fire with fire, but he fought the wrong fight when he took on Michael Gomez. Docherty, he's got to be so careful here.
Yeah, he's got to tuck up tight here, Docherty. Box on the outside. Jabir is known to be strong. Both reports to be very, very dangerous for 5 or 6 rounds here, as he's proving.
Look at the face already of Docherty. It's a flying start from the man from Accra. In the Ghanaian colours. This is already looking a very, very hard assignment.
Yeah, Jabir seems a very stiff hitter indeed. Carries a lot of weight in that right hand as well. Docherty's got to keep that left hand up. Disastrous start here for Docherty.
Also, Jabir has seen a tape of Docherty, and the Scotsman has not seen one of the African. Docherty cut inside 30 seconds of the first round, but he's trying to regain his coolness. He's a sensible lad, Craig Docherty. He's got to be here.
Well, the one thing he learned from the Gomez fight is not to rush in. He done that against Gomez and paid the price. He's doing the right thing here, just keeping nice and tight. Jabir's looking dangerous, taking the centre of the ring here in the opening round.
He admits he made a complete hash of his British challenge against Michael Gomez. Electing not to box on the outside, but going to war. Look at that uppercut and body shots from Jabir, who looks so strong.
Yeah, lovely uppercut right on the left eye there of Docherty.
Benny King, experienced cutsman in Docherty's corner, getting all the bits and pieces ready. He will rush in as Jabir is bundled to the floor. Fiery start from the African challenger, but Docherty hasn't panicked, and that may be a good sign. Benny King goes to work. How bad is that cut?
Focus, don't lose your cool.
Yeah, it's in a bad place here. Right across the eyelid. Blood can flow into the eye, so that's not in a good place there. If that worsens, that could be trouble for Docherty. Let's take a look at where we think it happened. Again, maybe to work off that little jab, then did we see it opening up there? I don't know, there was some good right hands going in as well.
Slashed in the first round from that right hand from Abdul Malik Jabir, the Bookham Snake in fight number 12, the 23-year-old who comes to try and rip this Commonwealth belt off Craig Docherty and make it, oh, such a hard few months for the Scottish fighters. Remember, Scott Harrison lost his world featherweight title to Manuel Medina. Alex Harper was crushed in an epic last week, beaten by the underdog Michael Gomez, who fought the fight of his life. And now Craig Docherty has got to keep out this African, who can obviously punch and is tricky and awkward. But can he last? We don't know.
Well, he has to be careful of Jabir's right hand. That is the danger punch from Jabir, and Docherty's carrying that left hand worryingly low. Needs to pick that left hand up, start rolling and creating openings for himself. Jabir looking dangerous with that right hand.
Word from the corner, Benny King is confident that the cut is not a problem, that he can control it. Docherty's just got to get on with his boxing. He was an excellent amateur, and he's done everything right in his career, bar the blip against Gomez. Just got to believe that if he can weather the storm, he has the tools to get this one done. Height and reach advantages to Jabir, but he can be caught himself. Docherty, not a big puncher, likes to work the body, and that may be key.
Some heavy-looking right hands going in again from Jabir. But Docherty doing the right thing here, keeping nice and tight. The blood again flowing in that eye, though.
Yes, he dabs it, Spencer, just as you said that, causing him grief. That's a good combination. One thing Craig Docherty is sensible. He will know that he's got to tuck up now.
This is better work from Docherty now, getting off with those left hooks. Jabir leaving himself wide open.
It's a gangly, unorthodox style, even though he's got an orthodox stance, the African. Michael Brodie was telling me that even when he was hurt in their sparring sessions, he just hit his gloves together and came back like he hadn't been hurt at all. He said he thought he was made of concrete.
A very good assessment there from Michael Brodie. But another good round there for Jabir.
Don't fucking...
Champion deals from Citroën. They're going fast.
Go, go, go! Sharp shoulder, keep left, keep in. C3 with £1,800 cash back. Hairpin left, keep in. Hard right, slippy maybe. Zara Picasso with £2,200 cash back. Stop!
Up to £3,000 cash back across the range until November 30th.
Welcome back to the Bella Houston Leisure Centre. Tough night's work for hot property Craig Docherty.
There we can see the heads going dangerously close together again. Docherty coming off the worst of the two, and that eye really bleeding heavily.
Third round. It's the blue and silver colours of the champion from just round the corner in Bella Houston. Mum Sandra in the audience, raised by her and his grandmother, Craig Docherty. Up against this, Abdul Malik Jabir, who's a year younger and less experienced, but he looks like he can really fight.
Again going to work with the right hand, Jabir. And Docherty's eye already opened up and bleeding again.
And maybe another cut actually just underneath the first one on the cheek. There's also a cloth with blood on it just in the corner, which has been left there. Really damaged already, Docherty, and there's a long, long way to go. Oh, look at him, come on, Jabir. That's better from Docherty.
Yeah, that eye certainly seems to have worsened there. Bleeding really heavily now. Good left hooks from Docherty, doesn't seem to have fazed him at all.
Jabir hoping to emulate friend James Armour, the Bookham Fire, who came over and beat Charles Shepherd for this title.
As I said, I've been over to Bookham, and believe me, all those fighters that we see, anytime you hear a fighter coming from Bookham in a cry, you know you're in for a tough night, as proven here for Craig Docherty.
Yes, they spar on the pavement and they train at night by candlelight. It's a hard way of life, and look at that eye now of Craig Docherty. That is an absolutely terrible mess, and he has to take a left hook as well on the chin. And I wonder if Ian John Lewis is going to have a look at that eye. It looks horrible to me.
Yeah, surely Ian John Lewis has got to take a look at that too. Bleeding so badly, blood flowing into the eye, affecting the vision. And this is worrying times here for Docherty.
Ian John Lewis is going to have a look at it. That's the right decision. It's bleeding furiously and feverishly. Tommy Gilmore's in there. Benny King wants to work on it.
He'll look at it. He can control it. He can control it. He'll control it. Let's go.
Benny King says he can control it. Promoter Tommy Gilmore desperate, obviously, for his man to get through this. Was that the right decision from Ian John Lewis?
Well, maybe influenced a little bit there by Tommy Gilmore, because I tell you, that is one bad cut. And surely he's not going to be able to see the 12th final round with a cut like that. Benny King's got his work cut out in the corner. And Jabir piling on the pressure again here.
Jabir looks like he will not be denied, and he will be given so much confidence from the fact that the eye is so bad. Look at that. That's deep, very deep.
Well, that is one horrible cut, and possibly the worst place that a boxer could suffer from a cut, right across the eyelid there. That really is deep as well. Surely that won't be able to continue too much longer.
As soon as he steps back, you attack. Can you hear me? You attack when he steps back. Stop, I'm all right. No, you're not right. All right. Come on.
You attack when he steps back, says Benny King. Ian John Lewis, who believes the fight can carry on. Tommy Gilmore still concerned as Craig Docherty comes out for what may be another torrid round. The blood all over his shorts already. Now, Mick Williamson kept Ricky Hatton in his fight against Vince Phillips and against Jonathan Thaxton when he was cut in the first round. Managed to get through the 12. Can Benny King get Craig Docherty through this?
Well, Docherty must pick that left hand up, leave himself open to those long right hands from Jabir. Got to keep himself tight now, but getting caught by right hand again.
Oh, he's getting beaten up now, and the African corner are imploring their man to come in. Tommy Gilmore's on his feet. What another good fight here in Scotland.
Well, Jabir really going for it there, opening up with a cluster of punches. But Docherty, good signs here that he's coming back so strong and getting through some good punches of his own.
Wonderful right hand from Craig Docherty, and a left hook, and now Jabir's hurt. Oh, we have another titanic struggle here north of the border.
Jabir in serious trouble in the corner there. Docherty getting through some solid shots.
He has been stopped once before, Jabir, in the first round of his professional debut, and suddenly looks very, very tired as Docherty comes on strong.
Well, what a turnaround here from Docherty, putting everything into this. Jabir pinned in the corner and looking desperately tired in there.
Toe to toe, cracking fourth round, just like we had in Edinburgh last weekend. And Jabir just throws a look out at his corner as he takes another on the chin.
Big left hook only from Docherty to seem to buckle the legs of Jabir again.
Sizzling heat inside the ring here, and Bella Houston. Can Jabir get out of the corner? He's going to need to. His punches do not look like they have the effect that they did earlier on. How about his legs? I notice his legs are very thin.
I think his legs have betrayed him in there because he's had opportunities to get out of that corner but hasn't moved. Just stayed pinned in the corner. Docherty just piling under pressure, but here Jabir could get out of the corner here, he could move away. It just seems content and staying in the corner.
Oh, a couple of game flush on Jabir's chin. He looks so open defensively.
I think the legs have totally betrayed him here, Jabir.
Let's have a look at how he walks to the corner. He raises his hands. Docherty shouts to the crowd. 1 or 3 minutes there, tucked up in that neutral corner as Benny King works the eye again. But that will give the Scottish champion so much belief, surely, as Mum Sandra cannot bear to watch this. Oh, you've got to feel for her.
Well, what a contest we've got here. And Docherty by far having his best round. Here we see some of the work, the good left hook. Went in there from Docherty. Jabir seemed momentarily stunned, but then it was just a flurry of punches that just seemed to take everything out of Jabir.
How will Malik Jabir respond to what was a torrid fourth for him, trapped in the corner? Is he fresh enough? The worries about stamina, will they come into play? And has Docherty got over the worst now? Good use of the jab.
Reports from London were that Jabir would be dangerous for the first half of the contest, and then we'd see him tire out. He seemed to be tired in that last round, and the snap doesn't seem to be there at the start of the 5th round here.
As the blood flows again from the left eye, cut, but a good body shot from Docherty just makes Jabir wince ever so slightly. He's an open target, the African, as well as being wild and woolly.
Yeah, he's tall and rangy, but not much defence coming back from Jabir. And the snap does seem to have gone out of those punches. Docherty growing in confidence, coming forward, winging in those hooks to body and head. This is good signs here for Craig Docherty.
Docherty, who's trained for 7 weeks, run in the mornings, gym work at night. This will be a test of Malik Jabir's fitness and endurance on those hard streets of Accra, but he's taking too many himself, Jabir, and Docherty is winning control of this Commonwealth Super Featherweight title fight.
Yeah, Docherty taking over here. He's just got to keep the pressing hold on now, working well to the body and head. And Jabir looks spent at the moment.
Carefully picked right hand to the body and the left from Docherty. Got to watch those uppercuts as they wheeled in from Jabir, who when he's hurt still looks to have power. But now he's backed up in the other neutral corner.
Yeah, and he seems quite content on staying there, Jabir. Docherty's got his head on his chest, working that body, working that head.
It's a very composed performance so far from Craig Docherty. He might be down on the cards, but his punches are having far more of an effect. will last. Surely something has got to give. This was the round that Arthur crumbled last weekend. And at the moment, the two of these are still going at each other and not giving an inch.
Well, Docherty looking to stop with a two in there at the moment. Jabir looking in desperate trouble in the corner.
The Saturday movie premiere with share-size Coca-Cola.
So, you've got the cool gadgets. In fact, you think you've got it all. Oh, but have you?
No man is an island.
What about romance, drama, the highs of letting Sky Movies into your life? Take advantage of our special free screening of the British hit About a Boy. About a Boy Freeview, next Saturday at 8 on Sky Movies.
Some of the good work here from Docherty. Getting through with the lovely straight right hand.
Look at Tommy Gilmore, he's been on his feet for almost the entire fight. For 3 weeks in a row, we have had something pretty special. Brody Chi at the MEN, Arthur Gomez in Meadowbank, Edinburgh last weekend. What next? In this little sizzler, which at his own level for the Commonwealth Super Featherweight title is intriguing, interesting, and well, they're fighting their hearts out, the pair of them, again. Credit to boxing at the moment, Spencer.
Yeah, we've seen some classic fights over the last couple of weeks, and we're seeing another mini classic here.
From Docherty, but that just spurred Jabir on. It's his 19th fight, the Scotsman, and the 12th for Malik Jabir, but it is already looking the hardest night's work in both of their careers. Is it Docherty's accuracy and better use of shots that is giving him the edge now?
Well, what Docherty done so well was at the beginning of the opening round, kept himself nice and composed, didn't do anything stupid, didn't try and gamble, just kept himself nice and tucked up. And Jabir seems to have blown himself out a little bit, and Docherty now coming on strong.
Destroyed by Michael Gomez in 2. He said he learned the lesson that night of not listening to people and not carrying out the plan. Well, this is evidence that he's as good as his word, because he has not got embroiled toe-to-toe unless he's felt he's on top.
Yeah, good mature performance here from Docherty, but that eye bleeding heavily again, and Jabir still letting go with those right hands.
How much has been taken out of the Bookham snake? Both look like they've been through 10 or 11 rounds already, and we're only in the 6th.
Yeah, well, they didn't hang about from the opening bell. Jabir come out firing, really loading up with that right hand. Now Docherty coming back so well. This really is turning into a mini classic here. And the big question mark, what happens next?
That's what we didn't know in the last 2 weekends. What happens next? That's what makes this sport so very, very exciting and fascinating for the crowds. Got his boxing together, Docherty. He's doing the better work. And the crowd are rallying. They want a Scottish victory. They need a Scottish victory. Will they get it?
Why do people send more texts with O2 than any other network? Because only bolt-ons let you text anyone at any time for only 4p. See what you can do. O2.
At B&Q, we've got half price on selected IT kitchen doors. This kitchen is under £1,500. Hurry, half price ends soon.
18 minutes of mini mayhem completed. And let's have a look at the statistics. Well, it says that Jabir has thrown more, but the quality and the success